Nay, but this dotage of our generals overflows the measure. Though his goodly eyes that o'er the files and musters of the war have glowed like plated Mars, now bend, now turn, the office and devotion of their view. Upon a tawny front his captain's heart, which in the scuffles of great fights hath burst, the buckles on his breast, renegades all temper, and is become the bellows and fan to cool a gypsy's lust. Look where they came. Take but good note, and you shall see in him the triple pillar of the world transformed into a strumpet's fool. Behold and see.
The barge she sat in, like a burnished throne, burned on the water. The poop was beaten gold, purple the sails, and so perfumed that the winds were lovesick with them. The oars were silver, which to the tune of flutes kept stroke and made the water which they beat to follow faster, as amorous of their strokes. For her own person it beggared all description. She did lie in her pavilion, cloth of gold of tissue, over-picturing that Venus where we see the fancy outwork of nature. On each side her stood pretty dimpled boys like smiling cupids, with divers-coloured fans whose wind did seem to glow the delicate cheeks which they did cool, and what they undid, did. Her gentlewomen, like the Nereides, so many mermaids tended her in the eyes, and made their bends adornings. At the helm a seeming mermaid steers, the silken tackle swell with the touches of those flower-soft hands that yearly framed the office. From the barge a strange invisible perfume hits the sense of the adjacent wharfs. The city cast her people out upon her, and Antony, enthroned in the marketplace, did sit alone, whistling to the air, which, but for vacancy, had gone to gaze on Cleopatra too, and made a gap in nature. Upon her landing, Antony sent to her, invited her to supper. She replied it should be better he became her guest, which she entreated. Our courteous Antony, whom ne'er the word of no women heard speak, being barbered 10 times over, goes to the feast, and for his ordinary pays his heart for what his eyes ate only.
Come thou near.
Most gracious Majesty,
Didst thou behold Octavia?
I, dread Queen.
Where?
Madam, in Rome, I looked her in the face and saw her led between her brother and Mark Antony.
Is she as tall as me?
She is not, madam.
Didst hear her speak? Is she shrill-tongued or low?
Madam, I heard her speak. She is low voice.
That's not so good. He cannot like her long. What majesty is in her gait? Remember if thou look'st on majesty.
She creeps. Her motions and her station are as one. She shows a body rather than a life, a statue than a breather.
Is this certain?
Or I have no observance.
He's very knowing, I do perceive that. There's nothing in her yet. The fellow has good judgment.
How appears the fight?
On our side, like the token pestilence, where death is sure, yonder bordred nag of Egypt, whom leprosy overtake, in the midst of the fight, when vantage like a pair of twins appeared, both as the same, or rather ours the elder, the breeze upon her, like a cow in June, hoist sails and flies.
That I beheld, my eyes did sicken at the sight, and could not endure a further view.
She once being loofed, the noble ruin of her magic, Antony, claps on his sea wing, and, like a doting mallard, leaving the fight in height, flies after her. I never saw an action of such shame, experience, manhood, honour. Ne'er before did violate so itself.
Alack! Alack!
Alack, our terrene moon is now eclipsed, and it portends alone the fall of Antony.
I must stay his time.
To flatter Caesar, would you mingle eyes with one that ties his points?
Not know me yet?
Cold-hearted toward me?
Ah dear, if I be so, from my cold heart let heaven engender hail and poison it in the source, and the first stone drop in my neck, as it determines so, dissolve my life, the next Caesarean smite, till by degrees the memory of my womb, together with my brave Egyptians all, by the discandring of this pelted storm, lie graveless till the flies and gnats of Nile have buried them for prey.
I am satisfied. Caesar sits down in Alexandria, where I will oppose his fate. Our force by land hath nobly held, our severed navy too have knit again, and fleet, threatening most sea-like. Where hast thou been, my heart? Dost thou hear, lady? If from the field I shall return once more to kiss these lips, I will appear in blood. I and my sword will earn our chronicle. There's hope in it yet.
That's my brave lord.
I will be treble-sinewed, hearted, breathed, and fight maliciously. For when mine hours were nice and lucky, men did ransom lives of me for jests. But now I'll set my teeth and send to darkness all that stopped me. Come, let's have one other gaudy night. Call to me, all my sad captains. Fill our bowels once more. Let's mock to the midnight bell.
It is my birthday. I have thought to have held it poor, but since my lord is Antony again, I will be Cleopatra. Call all noble captains to my lord.
Do so. We'll speak to them, and tonight I'll force the wine peep through their scars. Come on, my queen. There's sap in it yet. The next time I do fight, I'll make death love me, for I will contend even with his pestilent scythe. The miserable change now at my end, lament nor sorrow at, but please your thoughts in feeding them with those my former fortunes, wherein I lived the greatest prince of the world, the noblest, and do now not basely die, not cowardly put off my helmet to my countrymen, a Roman by a Roman, valiantly vanquished. Now my spirit is going, I can no more.
Give me my robe, put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. Now no more the juice of Egypt's grape shall moist this lip. This proves me base. If she first meets the curled Antony, he'll make demand of her and spend that kiss, which is my heaven to have. Come thou mortal wretch, with thy sharp teeth this knot intrinsicate of life at once untie. Poor venomous fool, be angry and dispatch. O couldst thou speak, that I might hear thee call great Caesar ass unpolicied. As sweet as balm, as soft as air, as gentle, O Antony, nay, I will take thee too.